Well, good afternoon to all. Thank you very much for attending, and we've got some great presentations. I can promise you that with the team here. My name is Ed O'Brien. I'm one of the analysts at ARC and focus on EAM, FSM, analytics, and IoT, along with others on the team. I'm on the digital transformation team, and let me also let the team introduce themselves so we can get a sense for who's on the team, and go right ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Gustavo Neumann. I'm from Braskem, Brazil. Braskem has some plants around the world, including in the United States. And I'm an automation engineer. In the last 20 years, I'm in automation group in Braskem. Thank you for the opportunity to participate this.
So good afternoon. I'm José Guilherme. I'm a project coordinator for Vadix, and I'm a control automation engineering with software development background. I've been developing software solution for industrial clients for the last years, and I'll be joining Gustavo here to present the predictive maintenance project we are developing together at Braskem. So it's a pleasure to talk to you guys this afternoon.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bernardino Barata. I'm with MXD USA. I'm Senior Director of Technology Strategy. So MXD USA is unique up here, I think, because we're one of 14 innovation institutes that the U.S. government set up to help drive technology forward in manufacturing and to help make U.S. manufacturing stronger. So I'll bring, hopefully, a different perspective to the panel. Thank you.
I'm Tom Rhodes with Duke Energy. I've got a long title, but basically I'm a scientist working in the Transmission Asset Management System Intelligence Group. That just got formed a few years ago to merge a lot of technologies together and make them work.
Good afternoon. I'm Steve Sundstrom with C3.ai. We are a software company based in Silicon Valley. We specialize in helping large companies like Duke Energy, we're their technology partner, collect, analyze data, and apply machine learning and artificial intelligence models in operations in their business. And I am from Boulder, Colorado, where there's 9 inches of snow on the ground today, so it is an absolute pleasure to be here with you today.
Thank you all very much. So this is a little from a overview of, normally we'll have the presentations by the users, and then we'll have some interaction. In speaking with the group, the thought would be, as we go along, I'm going to ask if there are any burning questions or even not so burning questions, but in general. So we know it's the end of the day. If there's any interaction, go right ahead. Specifically with some great content we're going to hear. So don't be shy. And the obligatory, have your phone off. Prepare your questions on the paper. I don't think you have to use on paper, but think about any questions you'd like to ask and/or observations you may have as well. And using the app as far as reading the session. I'm going to try to make mine, which is very difficult if you know me, to be somewhat succinct and brief, so you could hear the experts and give us an overview of what they're doing. But in many ways, you may have seen we've done some studies on operational analytics, Mike Guilfoyle and me and Preet, on digital transformation that is altering the operations tremendously, operations environment tremendously. In addition to the discussions we heard earlier, the presentations about IT/OT and also ET, but the idea of trying to look for ways to improve not only the engineering side, but the production side, and merging together the needs. And in some ways, we hear of all these acronyms, but also all these terms of whether something's truly a digital twin, whether something's made for design, maintenance is augmented reality, is part of digital twin or AR or VR. But more importantly, as you go along, looking at assemblies and the sub-assemblies, and we're seeing quite a bit of, there's a merging of not only the design and production, as we know always have been, but systems that includes that information. And particularly with operational analytics and with cloud, we now have the ability and the operational analytics side to be able to push data management more toward the end users. And in some ways, seeing a democratization of analytics where end users could start using some very powerful analytics tools, but also the idea of cloud entering the picture or have already entered the picture to be able to offer and the digital thread coming through each of these and weaving its way through, but being able to have a sense of disparate systems. And sensors, what used to be a one-to-one integration, now might have 10 or 20 points that are connecting to 30 or 40 points. So the multiplier effect is so high. And one of the things that is occurring, of course, is, I know it's an eye chart, but just a sense for the complexity, but also opportunity within an industrial operation. And being able to have connectivity and interoperability, which we've done through integration over the years, but now through, in some cases, native operability. And then we look at cloud capabilities and looking at containers and ability to have specific functionality. And all of this is daunting for the daunting task for many organizations, but an opportunity to do what we've been wanting to do for the last 2-3 decades overall. So it's something to consider as we're going forward, that the capabilities are there. Now, it doesn't take away from the challenges, because as we're, those of you who attended some of the workshops yesterday on cybersecurity, the issues of cybersecurity are mounting, and the issues of being able to safely share data is critically important. And in many cases, with all these tens and hundreds of thousands of sensors in some plants and in some environments, it's difficult to make sure you have the ability to safely contain that. So as we heard in one of the presentations this morning, one of the keynote presentations, that some organizations, in addition to having cloud, we may very well be looking at, in some very mission-critical data, may have to be a hybrid cloud solution, where some of the strong industry IP stays within some sort of firewall. And even if it's on the edge, to have some, the other comment was that the security on the edge is important now. And a lot of times that's not thought of as much as cybersecurity on the edge. So all of these are important. But for the rest of the possibilities within an enterprise, the cloud offers many opportunities and many abilities that we haven't had before. And we're going to be speaking about that in a little more detail. And also everything as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, and software as a service. And all of these are capable now with many of these cloud deployment models and the capabilities being offered by the providers. And it's an exciting time, but as we probably, if you've been around a while, we've all sometimes, kind of overestimate how quickly something can be implemented. And, as well as we can implement things functionally, the cybersecurity issue should loom large for all of us. And it's an opportunity to be able to look at what we should be investing in over the next few years. And connected machines allow for identifying all sorts of problems and opportunities, and maybe get us closer to not only predictive maintenance, which we've been working at for a long time, and as we heard this morning, there's still a thought that some predictive maintenance implementations are still work in progress because of other challenges. Not that the systems aren't good, but the having everyone, both the tech and touch issues, the issues of personnel, the issues of having the right skill sets are all important as well. But the ability to get closer to truly predictive and maybe prescriptive maintenance and planned production, to be able to turn on a dime and get a sense for a maximum uptime is here. We're not fully there, but we're well on that journey, and this is an exciting time from that perspective. So with that, I want to make sure you have the time for the important people to share their stories, and we'll start right away with Tom. I think you're up first, right, Tom?